You have joined Midjourney's Promptcraft Live. Happy Thanksgiving to the Americans. Happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrated. I give so much thanks to all of our Midjourney volunteers and our Midjourney community members who make these events amazing. I am going to get us started in about 5 minutes. If you are watching this on a recording, you are welcome to fast forward. I'm the owl here with my arms out, gesturing to the screen. We may have very few people joining us today. It depends on who has Thanksgiving at right this moment and who doesn't. Uh, we often have a group of regulars who may, in fact, be busy today with other things. If you are new to Promptcraft Live, you have joined the advanced user group for Midjourney. This is a group that generally talks about advanced Midjourney topics past basic prompting. If you have questions more basic than what we tend to discuss, we love those actually. You can drop them in whatever chat is nearby. If you're on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, you are welcome to drop your question in whatever comment area is closest to you, and somebody will swing by to answer you, and we will, of course, answer in real time if we can. Welcome AI and me and Mr. Shoney on and Helro and Himbo on Discord. We will get started in just a few minutes. Depending on what kind of group we get today, with the holiday, we might be changing up our group, hard to say. We have a couple of things to talk about, some Style Explorer things, and of course, we can just follow wherever the topics take us. Welcome, Collect. I've unmuted you and Mr. Shoney. I'll unmute Himbo and Helro. Welcome. Bad Cat, unmuting. Sorry, Bad Cat. There you go. AI and me, unmuting. Christine. We will get started in just a few minutes. I will attempt to put my arms down. Oh dear. This is harder than I thought. My arms, my arms. Well, how awkward. How awkward for me that my arms are such trouble. Welcome, Loki. I will unmute you. Mushy mushy. Hello, you are unmuted. We can hear you moving around. You might want to manually mute yourself. Hi, Reason. Welcome.
Hello.
I see you are also one without a Thanksgiving plan, at least not at this hour.
Nope, don't generally celebrate Thanksgiving.
Yeah. it's a new experience for me. My father passed away a few months ago, and um, it's interesting to go through a holiday while grieving.
Yeah,
Today I learned it's a whole different experience.
yeah, especially if you have memories with them and
Right.
the holiday. Yeah.
Ah, so
Sorry for your
I'm
loss.
looking for that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very, very sorry myself. Oof. Um, we uh we have so much to talk about today if we have a crowd enough to do the talking. Um, I will give us just another few minutes. I am excited to talk about a way of getting the style creator off of its tracks. Um, it's easy. It's actually pretty easy, but it's something that it didn't occur to me to use it that way until this morning. So I'll share that, and all of you can say, "Yeah, we knew that, Clarinet," and we'll move on to another topic. I also have a new game we can pilot, and all kinds of things for us to do today. If for those of you who are not just listening, if you are just listening, please feel comfortable doing that. We are absolutely open to listeners. I'm just giving us a few more minutes here. Welcome, Zedja. This is Midjourney's Promptcraft Live. Sometimes it's like a podcast. We have guest speakers. Sometimes we do structured walkthroughs. Sometimes we do wild Q&A, chaotic. Sometimes we play games. It's different every time, but this is always the advanced user group for Midjourney. That means we don't spend a lot of time with basics. So if you find yourself with questions about what's being said, if you don't know something, join the club. That's all of us. So please drop your question in the chat or ask for the microphone at any point during our conversation. And we love to stop and help people out. It's kind of what we do. And that's not the royal we. I'm speaking on behalf of just community members in general, of which you are one. Welcome, Southern Belle. Good to see you again. Let me unmute Zedja. And just in case Zedja wants to use Zedja's microphone, if Southern Belle wants to use Southern Belle's microphone. You are welcome to do that. We will get started in just a few minutes. I can't understand Hellro 12056. Can anyone else?
I'm not making out. I guess there's some noise or something.
Yeah, there's some noise. It's not a voice. It's not just me messing up. Okay.
I don't know where it's coming from.
I'll go ahead and remute them maybe. It's okay. All right. Zedja and Southern Belle, it looks like you guys found your mute button, so you're all set.
I was hoping the feedback wasn't from me, so I went on mute.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It was for the person who left the call. For whatever reason, they their voice was coming through like a tiny little metallic scratch. So I'm glad they're rejoining the call or leaving. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
So Southern Belle, have you played with the new style creator yet?
I have not. I have been so busy. I haven't had time to do much of anything fun.
Okay. What about you, Zedja? Himbo? Bad Cat? Mr. Shoney or Collect? Saul Frost? Hello, Mr. Saul Frost. Have you tried the style creator in Midjourney? Happy Thanksgiving, Saul. Welcome, Mario. You have joined Promptcraft Live. This is the advanced user group for Midjourney. Not yet, not yet. Okay, well, I will demo it for you. And then for the advanced folks who have been using it quite a bit, I'll show a little trick that probably everyone else discovered days ago. I'm not confident that this little trick is much of a trick, but we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. Okay, so let me grab Midjourney. Like if your browser window is too small, it starts complaining. If your browser window is too small, it's like, you're on a mobile device. I'm not on a mobile device. I promise. Okay. So there are two ways to reach the style creator, Belle and Kat. You can go to your create screen and hover over the promptish area and a new button shows up. It's not there unless you hover, and it says style creator here. So let's say I like this style and I want to mess with it. I could click style creator and it'll load up the style creator. Going from that's a sort of simplified style creator start screen insofar as it doesn't show you the prompt because you started from the prompt, so it presumes you know what your prompt was. Whereas if you start from here, you're providing a prompt. That's if you go from the menu to the style creator button. At that point, you're providing a prompt. Welcome, Gigi. And you can, I'm just, in this example, I'm showing you, you can have all of the additional pieces of prompting that you like. You can have your image attachments. You can have an existing sref. You can have any parameters you want. It doesn't really matter, but Kat and Belle, if you go into the style creator with a profile and an sref and a style reference, then whatever style codes you produce, whatever style code emerges from your activity will be dependent on those things, that profile, that sref, and that style reference, because you built it with those things. So if you prompt with that emerging new style code, the novel style code later, without those things, it'll look different. So what we recommend then, Belle and Kat, and Hebo, what we recommend is don't use style references or anything in here. You start with a very simple prompt, like an apple. I mean a simple prompt, that will get you out of thinking about the content of the image and get you thinking about how the image is drawn. One of the things I like to use is a collection of objects. The reason why I do that is because styles do more than change, sometimes do more than change just the how it looks. A collection of objects is in part selected by a mood board or a profile or whatever. So it's an interesting starting prompt because it might display some things that the style does that wouldn't be obvious without a variety of things. Collect is suggesting a void prompt and then max out the style weight so you can really, really, really get a really good handle on it. I'm so against void prompts, man. I just that just doesn't work for me. That's a matter of taste, though. A lot of people trust what void shows them. I find that void prompts fail to, they're not concrete enough. I get surprised later. Like I'm like using void prompt and I've made the prompt, made the style and like, oh, okay. It's a very, candy-like style and lots of pinks and greens. And then I ask it to make a cityscape, and all of a sudden those colors and styles are executed in an unexpected way because I'm doing now hard lines of buildings and stuff, but the void prompt was full of curves and there's this departure there, and so I tend to start with a little something something. You don't have to. Void prompts are lovely also. I'm not criticizing them. I'm just showing that there's a difference sometimes. Reason, are you more of a void prompter or a
I like void prompting, yes.
Yeah.
Or giving kind of more of a vague promp, not with specific
an open-ended
details.
prompt? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
like
what I'm doing.
Like, a very dark illustration or, something like just simple.
Oh yeah, brilliant. I like that. Welcome, Madison. Let me unmute you. Happy Thanksgiving for those of you who are celebrating it. And if you're not, you are in good company with me. I'm the best company for not celebrating Thanksgiving. Haha. So, for those of you who just joined, Mariana, Madison, this is Promptcraft Live. We are the advanced user group. We are going through just a walkthrough of the style creator to get some folks who haven't had an opportunity to look at it, to let them see how it works. I've started with the prompt, a collection of objects. You could also use a void prompt or something simple and clean, no parameters for starters. That's how but why? Because you don't want your prompt to be interfering with the outcome, because you want the style you create to be as portable as possible. By portable, I mean that you can use it across any prompt and it still does the work you hope it does.
That makes sense. This is great because I haven't actually had the chance to look at this yet. So
very good, Madison. Okay. Glad you're here. Welcome, Joe. And welcome to the folks watching via Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Reason, this is not a creation channel. How very dare you, sir? Okay, so I've got my collection of objects, and this is the default house styles appearance of a collection of objects. I'm going to go ahead and, mess this up. Hold on just a second. I'll go over here.
So just
and
to
try to put
summarize,
this back on 100%.
what you did was you wrote a collection of objects, and then it's giving you that in a bunch of style options. Is that what I'm seeing?
Aha, no. Let me go back to the style creator and start with a dog. And look what it does. It picked the animals. If you go to explore and you explore styles, Madison, you can see it does 8 default things. It does behind the scenes. This is a portrait, a landscape, a still life, coffee, a tree, a house, an animal, a city.
Yeah.
Those are the prompts behind here. So when the style creator, depending on what you start with, it picks one of those 8 that it thinks is closest to what you're probably generating. So if I said a dog in a city street, it decided city instead of dog. If I did a dog in a city street, if I do 3 apples on a table in a city apartment, will it pick a still life or will it pick city? It picks still life. So it's picking from the 8, depending on what it thinks you're probably going for. Why? Because it's a little bit concerned with portability. It knows that if you're designing with 3 apples, then whatever style you build is going to perform best with other still life or other objects like this.
That's an interesting UX choice.
Yeah. Well, they might change it up. There's a lot of feedback going through ideas and features about whether this grid should be populated randomly, whether I should have tabs at the top. You can imagine a tab here that allows me to load up my likes. So this gets populated with my likes. A tab here for random, which is what this is. So it gets populated with random. A tile here for search, a tab rather. So I can type in purple or violet or whatever thing I want to dip my brush in next. But right now, what the style creator does for you is kind of create a path through the styles. That's what it's for. It's a discovery mechanism. The magic of it is how this grid gets populated next. So here I am with my 3 apples. Let's say what I'm aiming for is sort of a photo reel like that, but I just really want a lot of blues and reds. So it happens that this grid has the blues and reds and the photo reel. So I'm going to refine my step with that. And this is the OG, the original content. And then it's going to start balancing the styles out. And it's only doing a balancing routine until it hits this minimal line. It will not be settled until this line. It's still asking questions. So I'm like, okay, I still want this sort of photo reel with a lot of blue and red. So those 2 look good. Is there anything else that looks particular? I really like the photo reel of that.
There's no way for you, like, let's say if none of the style generations that it suggested work, there's no way to just reshuffle?
Yeah, there is. There's a skip grid button right here.
Oh, cool. Great. Sorry, your avatar was over top of that. I couldn't see it.
Right. See it right there by my ear. Great. Okay. Woo. Okay. Woo. All right. So I don't like any of these. So per Madison's suggestion, I am going to, the sequence is hidden behind the YouTube chat. Oh, thank you. Okay.
Awesome.
What you're missing here is this is the first picture. It's labeled OG. This is the first step I took. This is the second step I took. Then I started skipping the grid because really it's just not balancing out as photoreal as I want. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple more photoreal ones. I like the darkness that adds. Let's try those 2. Now, we're getting closer and closer to this line. As we approach that line, it's going to start sort of stabilizing. One of the interesting things about this grid is, as you can see, each grid has been populated with artificial intelligence is, this is the AI part, estimate of what it thinks I'm chasing. So based on the decisions that I made and the ones I didn't select, it says, oh, are you chasing stuff like this? And then I can say, sometimes it's dumb AF. Sometimes it is right on the money, and I find a style that I was chasing, I'm like, oh crap, this is great. If you find a style you like, Madison, on your way through this, you can actually heart it and drop it into your hearts file, into your favorites file, and come back to it later, or just use it outright.
Awesome.
So that's one of the exit points, is that you've chased the style through this, and you kind of just like land on the style you want. You're like, oh, that was it the whole time.
So what
So
happens when the bar gets full? Like what?
It just keeps going. It can go up to 15. You can go past 15, but there's not a whole lot of reason to do so. Okay, so now it's 2 photo reels. So I'm gonna select a couple. I don't like any of these really.
Push it back in the other direction a bit. Yeah.
I could. There's a lot of ways to do this. So I'm just gonna finish this out, and then I'm gonna show you a new trick. Okay. Try those. I know I'm picking two every time, but you can pick all of them if you want. Let me see, where are we?
I feel like it's okay for me to disagree with the way that this is implemented, or immediately think like, oh, that's really weird. Why was it done this way? But I can't argue with genius. Like, I have so much respect for everything that the Midjourney team is doing, and this is really cool. And it's
a lot of,
right? It's going to change.
Yeah, it's going to change a lot.
Yeah.
It's because we complain bitterly at the devs that they know how to change it. So do indeed go to ideas and features and just complain bitterly about stuff. They love that. They love Collect is like their favorite user, because he's
because he's complaining.
Yeah, because it's intelligent criticism, right? It's like you can see where it's going. Okay, so now they're starting to look like cherries. I don't know. I think I went wrong. Let's say that now I'm locked into this weird path, and I don't like this path.
Oranges. It thinks it's oranges.
Yeah, I just don't like it. So there's a couple things I can do. I can skip grid and try to steer it away. Like, oh, I really want more blue. So I'm just going to start selecting all the ones with blue in it and just hope that it steers toward the blue, right? I can try to do that. Like I'll keep dipping my brush in blue until my final style is a little bit more blue. But there's another way to go. If you're stuck on the rails like this, and you want to get off the rails, what you can do is go back to where you think you went wrong, which I think is here. This is the last one and then I can start a new session with this recycle button. And what that'll do is take where I am and make it the new original content.
Yeah.
And reset the whole grid. So I am no longer,
what they've essentially done is combine style references and style ranking into like one user experience. Like, it's cool. They're going to get a lot more data this way. So much data.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, Collect. That's not what it's for. The OG image has no bearing. What it's for is restarting the session, which resets the grid. So you're no longer on the train that the grid, because this grid, just like any OG, this grid was populated with the information I gave it, all the decisions I made. So when I started a new session, I was in step 7 of the previous session, and getting anything fresh in this grid was really hard. So
Mhm.
if I've created this SREF that does this like orangey evening looking stuff, and I'm like, okay, I decided that I really want it to be a little bit more sort of dark and moody. That's the direction I really want to go. Well, now I can start it in the dark and moody direction. So now it's taking this starting point and moving on. And now notice the grid is reset. It's no longer showing me my previous path. It's a new path. That's the value. Yeah, that's what I did collect. I started a new session. That's what that button does. Now,
Kimbo
there's
was,
other ways to start a
oh,
new
go ahead.
session.
Yeah.
I could have gone back to create and found the image where I messed up manually and say like, okay, oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. And I could start the style creator manually like that.
Oh, so everything that
That's the same act.
Wait, sorry. All of these generations show up in your
Yeah,
in
you
your
get
trade
all
test?
the SREFs you made. All of them.
Oh, wow.
For your money, you get your starting image, the SREF you made the first time, the SREF you made the second, the third, the fourth, and you get the ability to kind of start over. Like I'm not sure I'm a big fan of these SREFs. I don't know. Let me try, a dog sleeps on a rug and see if I like this SREF any better. I know you guys can't see this very well. Neither can I. It's so small.
So, really quick question, Clarinet.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh
wow.
my God, that's cute.
That's really
Okay, I
cute.
do like this SREF.
You kind of just answered my question actually. Which is that I know David and the team did their best to try to strip subject from style when it comes to the SREFs, but do you find that there still is an intrinsic element of like subject in the generated SREFs? Like we've obviously focused that specific one on apples, right? Do you think that that model is more likely to produce apples or like citrus fruits or
No.
no?
That's what
Okay.
mood boards and profiles do.
Okay.
The SREF it strives and doesn't always succeed, but it strives to just do like it'll do compositional angles, it'll
Awesome.
do and it'll do like it's interpreting a city apartment a certain way,
Mhm.
right? It's not trying to change the content, but if I do a different SREF code, I'm going to do a random one. Then
Yeah.
city apartment, since I didn't control it, I'm saying SREF, you go nuts. I didn't control it, right?
I guess that's the
So
benefit of putting the subject when you're in the SREF creator, the style creator. That's the benefit of having the subject as a text input and manipulating the
not a
style
void prompt.
using. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
Right. So again, what I did there when I restarted the style creator, it doesn't do anything interesting. Like it doesn't change how it renders or anything like that. All it does is reset this grid to it pops you out of the path you were logged into. Like let's
Yeah.
say I'm done adding dark, but with the style creator, since I said I wanted dark, it's just going to show me more dark forever. Now, I can skip grid until it shows me something that's not dark and try to breadcrumb my way out of here. Or if I want to dip my brush into something new now that isn't dark, I can just start new session. Now the grid is reset and I can say, great, I wanted to do a couple of brights. And then I add the brights in and now I'm tracked in brights.
Just so
So
strange.
what if I right? Like what if I'm like, okay, that's enough bright. I really wanted to add some black and white sketch next. So I reset and then I'm like, where I don't have any black and white sketch. Oh wait, I do. Heck yes.
You do.
So I'm gonna refine. Okay, great. I want a couple more of these. I like that one because it has the color splash.
Another quick
But now
question.
I'm done. Now I'm done with these. I'm just showing collect again.
Right.
And I'm done with choosing from this kind of thing. So I I start a new session with this, and now my grid is reset, and I can dip my brush in something new. So again, I can go out to my create and find the stage and hit the style creator from there. It's exactly the same behavior as clicking the start new session, but one is in your flow. And it lets you feel like you can dip your brush in different kinds of paints, to create the style.
Awesome.
Start new session starts with the last created image in SRF generation. Well, it does, Himbo, but it doesn't matter that it does. I mean, yes, you're right. It loads that up in your breadcrumbs on the right. But all it's really doing is resetting the grid, gives you a fresh random selection of things to choose from. Welcome, Ari. Happy Thanksgiving. Madison, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, sorry to thank you for explaining that. I also benefited from that. I was just going to ask, I noticed that when you clicked on the black and white ink illustration just now, it pretty drastically affected the next set of suggestions. Do you find that some styles have more pull than others? Like they're more kind of archetypal, or they have stronger like influence on kind of what
That
Midjourney's
sounds
gonna show you next?
subjective. What is a stronger influence in this question?
Like it'll pull the next round of generations further from where you were towards some future state. Like your generations were quite colorful, and then you clicked on that black and white, and then everything was black and white.
Yeah.
There was no color left whatsoever. So I'm wondering if you've noticed any kind of like, are some styles stronger
It's
than
more,
others?
no, it's the stage you're in. So
Got it.
like here I'm starting with the simple thing. When I select my new styles, like these two, or let me do these two, because they have in common that sort of sketchiness.
Yeah.
And I do refined style. This all becomes sketchy, right? That's
Right.
because there's only it's 50% right now.
Right.
But when I do it again, now it's what is that? 33%. And when I do it
Okay.
again,
So when you're in the
now
first couple of passes, you just want to focus on broad strokes, and then it's only when you get into like
right.
the
This is
refinement.
like filling your brush pots. Like I want these 4 things involved. I'm starting with OG, and I want this involved, and I want this involved, I want this involved, and I want this 4th thing involved as well.
Oh, Select
And
mentioned that you
then,
still have your original srefs in the prompt, I think.
oh yeah, here they are. And then now what it's called ideal minimum, I would say that now you've got, 25% these choices, 25% these, 25,
Right.
25. And now it's starting to sort of balance out and blend really well.
Like
Um,
Clark was saying, with your srefs in the prompt, it's
For
kind of going to
influencing the
skew.
generations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that matters really, because
Well, it's just if you're going to use whatever sref code you got from blending all these various images, that would also have to include.
you're going to lose it. Yeah, you're going to lose. So if I started with these 2, you can tell which ones you started with versus style is
That's
something
interesting.
created by the generator. SREF is one you started with. So if I take out my SREF, then it's going to look a little different because,
Huh.
as I would if I decided to use this style in a new prompt and I said, 3 bananas on a table. I'm going to care. I'm going to care about the fact that I didn't start with a clean prompt because see how different it is without.
Yeah.
Right. So that was just an oversight. When I went to create and clicked, I forgot to clean
So
the prompt.
style are the styles created by the creator, and then srefs are the
Yeah.
styles that were just kind of default.
The style that you went in with.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that were included in the prompt that you had started with.
Okay.
Right. That was just my mistake because I'm in a hurry demonstrating.
No, but we learned something.
But
See, it was useful.
yeah. I definitely agree that I guess when you want to, if I start a new session, do I still get, let me see, do I still get the prompt anywhere? I can't edit the prompt. Can't take it out. So, yeah, if you went in with an unclean prompt,
Yeah.
unclean,
When you
unclean.
hit select styles, it'll include your new prompt in the next
So
generation.
I have another
right?
question, but I'll wait my turn. If anybody else has something to ask, go right ahead, because I've asked like 3 questions in a row at this point. So
Go ahead, Reason.
I was just saying that you can update your prompt as you go with your generations.
You can, but I'm not. That just changes. I guess that would change your view. I'm
Well, it
confused
would
by
just
that.
change what the image result you get, right? It will be whatever you're.
So if I go in, I've got an sref in here, and I'm like, oh darn, I didn't want that sref in here.
yeah.
So I delete this, and I didn't want bananas. I wanted pineapples. Okay, and then I do this. Does my OG change to pineapples? Okay, so I can clean the prompt even after I've gone in. As long as I'm on the OG step, I can clean the prompt. So if I am several steps in and I use the new prompt button, hopefully I'm in this display and not the one that does not show you the prompt, which is really obnoxious. We've complained about that. And I can clean it up at this moment. So I'll demonstrate that. So let's say I go in, where's one with like tons of srefs? Let's say I start the style creator here. Crap. See, it doesn't show you the prompt.
Weird.
I can't clean up my prompt if I do this. That's obnoxious.
And that's just a bug?
No, it was a choice. They decided, oh, thank God, you know what prompt you're using. User, you know what prompt you're using because you did it from the prompt. You saw 3i and you click this button. You know what the prompt is. I don't need to spend any screen space on that anymore. So I get to show you all these things bigger. Aren't you happy, user? Aren't you happy? And I'm like, no, I really need to see the prompt because what if I went in here and I need to take that freaking sref out.
Yeah.
So the better way to go is to use the style creator and find it here. 3 apples on a table. Nope. Oh, there we go. And then you can say like, okay, hold up. Hold up.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
But then you lose your what you're building on. So I wouldn't want to do that, Madison.
Yeah.
If I was like, well, I started to go wrong here, then I want this I want this to be there. I want the style to be there. Let me try something. So if I take this another round. Okay, 2 more rounds. Trying to keep this balanced here. Okay. So now I have number 5.
I guess you guys have been using these for a while, right? You have an opportunity to train on this before it goes public, so you have a lot of good amount of experience.
But a couple of weeks, but that doesn't mean that we had time to make the discoveries we're making now.
Right.
Okay, so notice that even though I went in with an sref, right? I came out with just one. And that combines the sref I went in with and the sref I came out with. That's the whole purpose of the style creator, is that you don't have to remember multiple srefs.
It does? Can I ask
I did. I went in with a style.
Could I ask for a test? I'm kind of curious about something. If you try using a prompt that has an sref, like input a prompt that has an sref into the style creator and then change that sref to something like a different sref, does it change your default style recommendations, like the grid?
No,
No. So if you change that to like
no, this is
27
always
or-
random. You
Okay.
can just think of this. I wish I could cover up this part of the screen on the right. This is completely random. It has
Got it.
no relationship. This is just your demo image. But it's
Okay.
important. It's important if it does have an sref and I add to it.
Okay, so
Then
yeah,
eventually-
it combines the style that you get is a combination of what you choose in the grid and the original sref that you went into it with.
Right.
Got it.
Not the original image.
Not the
Only
original
the sref. It
Only the
doesn't spend any time looking at the image.
Right.
It never looks at the image.
Sorry, but doesn't look at the sref as well.
It is. Look, it
No,
it
no.
processed it.
Well, yeah, it's not gonna like fold it into one code.
Are you sure it doesn't do that after
Yes,
you?
100% sure.
That's kind
Okay,
of what
okay,
I want
hold
to
on.
test, but it's hard when the grid is random because it's like you can't reproduce the same grid twice to be able to verify
Never.
that.
Not exactly. Hold on. I'm just refining to get up. Okay. Okay, so it processed the original sref into a style. I went in with an sref, came out as a style, but it's producing two. The one I started with and the second one. But in the other example, it came out with one.
No, I wrote in the chat why it came out with one.
There's a way to think about the style creator and the prompt are two different unconnected
No,
things.
no,
That's correct. That
well,
proves.
the last
Go
two.
ahead, collect. You didn't go in fresh, though. You went back mid-session. That's why there's just one code. Had you gone to a new session with a style code, it'd still be two codes. Right. So that's the point I'm making, Colette. I'm trying to talk about staying in the flow with using this button to start a new session.
Stay in the flow.
Sure, I guess. I don't see the value in that, but sure, I guess.
The difference between it will be the difference between coming out with multiple sref codes and just one, because one is sessions and one is I don't know how you want to put that, virgin.
Like the whole
starting
point
over.
of the style creator was supposed to be that you are creating like singular codes, singular styles. So this whole workflow is where you're still mixing multiple style codes or srefs or mood boards or whatever's. It just defeats the whole purpose of this thing.
But do you not come out with a singular code? Is that what you're saying? Is you come out with multiple codes?
If you go in with any sort of parameter, is it a style code, an sref, or a mood board? It will be
Code.
you will
Dependent.
it's not gonna be folded into this thing. Like your
Right.
prompt and the style creator are two separate things that do not interact with each other in any sort of way.
Yeah.
You would just
So
have to
I
be
guess-
sure that when you're including additional codes, profile code, mood boards, that you include that in your future prompts if you're trying to get the same result, right?
Yeah, it's Clarinet. That's how I read it too. So it sounds like either best practice, you could go two directions. For most people, it sounds like it's best not to include any kind of dependencies like mood boards or style references when you're in your prompt when you're using the style creator, unless it's a rare case where you're always planning to use the new style that you're going to get as an output with
Like
those other
Ipsity.
dependencies.
Ipsity never turns
Mhm.
off her personalization. So because she never turns it off, she wants to use the style creator with it on also.
Yes.
Because otherwise the style code she creates won't work right because she's always got her personalization on. So you've kind of got to know what you're
You just gotta be
chasing.
consistent, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
To Collect's point about the purpose of the style creator being to combine styles or create new styles and synthesize different parameters into singular. I think if you want to synthesize two styles, just put two styles. You know, that to me, that's
No,
not really
like
the purpose of the style
mathematically, there are
creator.
different things though. Let's say
Okay.
you choose you just choose all of the images from the grid, right? And you refine the style. Don't do it. You're gonna waste a lot of time.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
you
and
you manually before you anything, you manually grab all of the sref codes of these styles, so you have them, and then you click the refine style and you seed lock it, and then you run a custom prompt with all the srefs and seed lock it. The results are going to be different. So the style creator is doing more than just taking two sref codes and running them as like
that is correct.
yeah. So
There are. Let me show people what you're talking about for a second.
Yeah, we got lost in the weeds a bit.
So look, what Collect is saying is, I'm going to do a fake stack. You can stack sref codes like this, where you just have a shit ton of sref codes and you're stacking them, and what happens is they blend together. So however many of these are, they're of equal weight. So you can do that. And a lot of people thought, oh, well, what the style creator is doing is just doing this for you in a pretty way and helping you choose what things get put here. But isn't the style creator just doing the same thing as blending? And it's almost doing the same thing as blending, but not quite. It's doing some other things too. And the other things too have not been shared with the public or with me or with anyone. They won't tell anyone what the other things it's doing. It's doing something else. So you can't duplicate. You can't just like, I'm going to seed lock this, and then I'm going to go in with a style creator and pick these exact same styles and run it, and I'm going to get the same dog. It is not true. It's gonna be different. Not dramatically different, but it's gonna be different. More different than a changed seed, right? Like there's something going on, and we know that, but we're not told precisely what it is. So how we advertise a style creator then is not the magic of the new sref, which is fairly close to blending it yourself. It's the magic of being guided through this grid.
oh my god, that's really, that's the pivot. That's so fucking retarded. I'm sorry. Holy shit. I'm actually
different
angry.
users
I'm
are going to
actually
get
angry.
different benefits.
Tell me more,
I
Colette.
love
Tell me
this.
more.
What the hell? Guide me through styles. What the hell? We already have an explorer. This is fucking bullshit. They made a thing and people don't like it because they didn't make it work like they promised it would work, and now they're pivoting to some bullshit. Oh, we're guiding you through the style space. That's some
No,
absolute
Colette.
bullshit.
Not for the tool, for the beta. For the beta, there's lots of things they have to do to make this a complete product. The thing that they released to us first is, cool, look at how we can guide you through styles.
That's not what they promised, though. That's not what the
No, it's
was.
not the...
And that
You're right.
This is a complete pivot of what was talked about before the release of this beta.
Well, just for the recording's purposes, it's my pivot that I'm making right now as I try to teach what the beta does. This is not a pivot of the product. The product promises are made by Midjourney, not by myself. And the product promises are to create a portable style that you build with this whatever this device is that they're releasing to us. What they've seemed to release to us first, which is what my claim is about this beta, is that that seems they've spent a good amount of time figuring out how to guide us through the styles. It looks like where they need to do more work is giving us more freedom of choosing our own grid, maybe, and then producing a single sref that we can name. I'd love to be able to name them. Like if I have produced this style, I want to be able to click on it, and or something and call it, oil pastel,
like you would with
red, blue, oil pastel. or
Yeah, like
something,
you did
right?
with mood boards. Yeah.
And then have them so like in the style creator, there's a sub menu here that shows me all the styles I've created, or maybe they get put in here. All the styles I've created get put in here, and they have names. I'd like to be able to name all of them actually,
Like 2 sections
and
would be
organize
like,
them.
or maybe another tab that's just like my styles, you
Something,
know?
yeah,
And
and
then
it's saying let me organize them and so on.
Wow.
So there's a lot that needs to happen. It looks to me, my claim, which Collect called a pivot, and it is sort of a pivot in my understanding of the beta. And I'm inviting you to join me in the pivot. You don't have to, but my understanding of the beta is they spent a lot of time figuring out how we might be on a path through styles in order to create SREFs.
I have a
so-
sneaking suspicion that David or somebody on the team got really into ArtBreeder at some point before they joined. Midjourney.
Right?
This is almost exactly.
They might
what
have
the
hired
ArtBreeder-
someone from that.
This is
They
almost
might have hired
exactly
someone
what the
from
interface
ArtBreeder.
was like.
Right.
It was great. That's why I like
but-
it, but I understand that it's controversial. Not everybody likes this approach, right? Like,
Yeah. But I do have to say that the Collect makes important points, which is, and we should, as users, keep in mind, this is just a beta. This is not the approach that was discussed or promised to the community. The approach that what was discussed with the community is we're going to give you a way to create your own SREFs. Right. Yep. So it seems like they started with the selection mechanism and not and it de-emphasizes or is still sort of a CF. The outcome is not tidy yet. You know, like we're getting multiple things. They're called styles. I don't know what they are. They're named something. I click on them. They're still SREFs. What's with that? It's very confusing. But at the very least, you can see they're doing some work in the intelligence of the grid of our pathway through styles. Now, one of the things they discussed is that we're not going to have to deal with grids anymore because it's confusing. It's confusing, like skip grid. What does that mean? What they thought is they should keep it paginated. But really, what you can think of this as, Madison, is an endless scroll of styles. Just like this. Random. It's this display that goes on forever. They chose to paginate it. I know, Collect. They chose to paginate it. They chose to not show us all 8, but just 1. And to paginate it so that we're going through, and so the first thing they talked about is that, whoops, that was a mistake. We're just going to show you the entire random tab of, right? Because this is exactly what you're supposed to be seeing.
Yeah.
Is the random tab. And you're supposed to click through this. And right now, if I click on the random tab, it does this. But imagine if I click on a style in the random tab, it just loads the style. What they're changing is if you click this style, it'll auto search to find other styles like it. So it's doing the same thing of, let's see if I can make this happen.
The whole iterative process of clicking on, like selecting the styles that you like and then getting it to generate new sets of images. It reminds me a lot of that old school approach of like iterative refinement where people would use remix and variation to create kind of like to slowly move towards their intended or ideal result. It's that exact same approach, but just with styles instead of images. That's the way
it is.
Like
it is.
This will
that's
appeal
why I
to
call it
somebody who works
chasing.
that way. This will definitely appeal to somebody who works that way. But if that's not how you approach Midjourney, then one thing I've always appreciated about David and the team is that they give people multiple different ways of using the tools. It's not like you're not stuck with the tyranny of a text box, and you're not stuck using like one specific kind of UI.
You are right now. This is very tyrannical, I think. But I think once they make this endlessly scroll, like it'll be familiar to people from the explore and they're like, oh, I'm just picking random styles. Oh, and then I hope they'll start to get the idea.
Yeah.
I think is a useful way of using this. I figured out for myself at least is to have like 2 windows open on the same screen. One showing my create, and then one showing the style creator. So I mean, obviously you can see on the side your images or what you've created so far to the right on the style creator, but I think seeing all 4 images is helpful when trying to shape the style you're trying to create. Seeing
What
your
are you talking about
progress.
with weights? They killed weights?
And
Come on. In what capacity? You used to be able to weight words in a prompt, and I know they killed that with like V5 or 6 or something. And then are you
no,
saying
7. They
weights
killed it in 7.
Did
In
they
6,
kill
they just
weights
didn't
and
implement it
styles?
right. In version 6, they didn't implement weights quite
No.
right, but we kind of, figured out how to mess with it and got a little something out of even the broken version of it. In 7, they just decremented they just don't have any. And I was so frustrated because I mean, you guys don't know this, but I like wrote up how weights should work.
Yeah.
Like I was like, weights almost work this way, but we need to do it like this. And I wrote up a whole thing and I took it to the devs, and the devs were like, and I had a long talk with the devs, and then that dev left for another job and is no longer, and they just decremented weights.
So I thought weights still worked with style codes. Do they not?
Nope.
Oh,
Wait, with style codes on Discord, yes, but not on the web. That was another reason why they didn't follow up with weights, because they couldn't figure out a tidy way to parse them in the web.
With parameters, just do it with parameters. Don't
Actually,
need to make everything a UI element.
The last office hours where it was the dev office hours where the web devs were speaking, a comment was made that it's actually super easy to add srf weights to the website, and maybe we should do it. And
my God.
It has been David who's been telling us for a year that this is super complex and we'll try to, but no promises. It's like, I don't know, weird.
It's a new employee. I mean, it's a new team. There's a lot of turnover. So
you're disclosing too much. I'm sorry, Claire. I have to stop you here.
No.
You're disclosing. Yeah, it's too much. Sorry.
It's not the bad turnover. It's not, nobody's getting fired. It's just a competitive environment.
They're getting replaced by AI. That's what's happening.
The product itself is AI.
Yeah,
the product is replacing us. Yes.
The code is practically writing itself.
Himbo said something really interesting about the style creator. He said, David in the office hours seemed to imply that people don't have the right frame of mind when using the style creator. The mental model of the style creator needs a very specific set of assumptions. I would argue that if you think your users have the wrong assumptions, you have the wrong assumptions going into creating it. Like when you're designing the feature, you have assumptions.
You're right. In most companies, the fact that they release this and it doesn't match our vision of how things should go, means that they didn't explain it right. Like, I mean, what the onboarding screen doesn't make sense to me at all.
Yeah.
And I have I have a way that I would rewrite this, and I'm pretty sure that if I proposed it, they just wouldn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not because they don't think it's a good idea, but because they just don't have anyone who can just run in there and make that change. They don't.
You hear what I'm saying, though?
It doesn't work that way.
If 90% of people have a certain assumption about a feature, and you as the creator have a different assumption, there's a good chance that you have the wrong assumption.
Sorry, who has the wrong assumption?
Yeah, try
Sorry?
telling that to David though.
But it's a lab, right? So to your point, at 90% in most companies, that's the way it would work. But because it's a lab and they're experimenting and they're trying things, they're not particularly interested in whether
That's where I was
changes
going. Yeah.
align with our expectations as users. And that's resulted in some really interesting stuff, right? If you look at the lowest common denominator, like what the most largest percentage of people want, it's Gemini. It's a text interface that they just chat with, which we don't get. Like, we
So
get all of this cool stuff because Midjourney is an experimental lab.
Madison,
Yeah.
can I interrupt you and use what you're saying to pivot suddenly to the next thing I wanted to talk about?
You're the host. Yeah, I'm already talking too much. Go for it.
I am. Okay. So sorry, I got a note from a moderator just as I was talking there. So what I want to talk about is news that came through not recently, like in the last 10 days, where Midjourney creates a partnership with Butterfly Labs. This is public information. Butterfly Labs makes
Butterflies.
ultrasound chips.
I beg your pardon?
So
Wow.
ultrasound
Ultrasound chips?
Yes. Ultrasound like you do for a pregnant woman to see what her baby looks like.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Butterfly Network has an ultrasound on chip hardware and software stack, which Midjourney just bought. Let me paste this in so that you can. Okay. So the first thing I thought the Promptcraft Live folks would enjoy is speculating. What is Midjourney doing investing in ultrasound on chip hardware? Especially since we know that in office hours, David talks about some sort of secret project. And Madison was saying, and Collect is saying, there's such a mismatch between what they're producing and what we want. A lot of the times, what's going on. Collect says, I just think David has a very specific vision for Midjourney, and every suggestion that is not aligned with that vision is hand-waved with some excuse. And we know that David has been laser focused on prompt-free image creation. Image creation that you can create styles without needing language, without needing words.
How would you do that?
Oh, you think
How would you do that?
I think I see where you're going with this. I might be wrong. I'm making a leap, but
so why would a text-to-image company want ultrasound chips? Cameras they already have, GPUs everyone has. Ultrasound is the weird one. And that's also the clue. A physics-based 3D sensing modality. Ultrasound is not just another camera. It gives information about what's happening inside opaque stuff. That's interesting. A mature software and back-end stack for time series imaging. A shortcut into the physical AI and edge inference. This chip, guys, this chip can run Midjourney on itself. So you could have a consumer object that has a little baby Midjourney in it, offline Midjourney.
No. That's not what those chips do. That's not what
Is
those
it-
chips do. These are not compute chips. These are on chip ultrasound chips. The purpose of these chips is to produce ultrasound via these chips.
so it's not a sensor. It's an interpreter. It's the chip that goes into ultrasound machines, basically, that connects to the sensor and synthesizes the image.
No, that's the chip itself is literally producing the ultrasound. That's what's
So
the
it's a
new
sensor.
tech for this. It's not a sensor. No, it's a chip.
It computes the graphics.
No, it doesn't
Is it-
compute any. No. That's not what the chip that this company has developed does. The chip that this company has developed is a chip that can produce ultrasound waves.
The
Previously,
chip
how you
produces the waves?
yeah, That's exactly
mean,
that's
There must
their
be an apparatus. The chip must be giving the instructions. There must be an
no.
apparatus.
That's what I'm saying. No, that this is the product of this company that they have figured out a way to do onboard, on-chip ultrasound without using other like electrics to produce it, as it's generally
Right.
done. It's not a compute chip.
So
Well, according to this, it is, and I'm pasting it in so you can see.
Well, you are pasting in a ChatGPT reply, so this has
No. I'm pasting in ChatGPT from AI News and Insights.
I
No,
think this is a
It's
great
it's
idea.
summarizing this
No,
article.
did you read the article though? If you didn't read the article, you shouldn't trust this. That it just puts in the source tag. Like GPT gets things so wrong so often.
like,
It's
this looks like AI generated news.
It's
It does.
entirely possible
Yeah.
there's enough computing power on a specific chip, but the chip itself isn't doing the computations. I think is what.
That's fine. I
What-
just mean that this would
Is
be a, oh my God, my computer is just dying. I'm trying to say that they could be incorporating this chip to make a consumer device that runs Midjourney offline. I'm not trying to say that
Oh
the
my
chip
God.
would star.
I would
in
pay
it.
good money for that. Honestly, I've been
I think
looking
there's
for a good offline model for a while.
there's more interesting applications for ultrasound for AI though. If you're purely speculating, one of the things that's missing in 3D modeling and not modeling 3D images and video is data on 3D models, and one of the ways that you get that is through ultrasound projections.
What does ultrasound actually measure? Like, what is it? Is it density?
I don't know that.
If it's
Ultrasound
density, you
know-
could use that for all kinds of physics-based simulations.
But I know
Like,
when you go to the
simplified
orthodontist now, you
simulation.
have a camera that's capable of completely mapping the thickness and entire profile of your jaw. You don't have to go get a 3D mold anymore. It's an ultrasound based and image based.
Yeah, it spins around you. Yeah.
So I think it's density.
That would have really neat implications for creating. Oh, what is a house actually? I mean, with 2D AI, if there's any interest in going into real 3D physics video, then you need some sort of 3D data. Where would you get that?
The problem with that is that LiDAR makes way more sense if that's the goal. So it has to be something else. Like LiDAR is way more mature. It's probably more accessible. So this ultrasound application has to be something else.
But LiDAR is surface, isn't it? LiDAR doesn't do subsurface density.
Yeah, but if you're gathering 3D data of the world for training,
yeah, for sure. He's not. I think LiDAR already exists, and I don't think they would need to purchase a LiDAR company to develop a custom solution because the existing kind of generic LiDAR solutions work for surface model. It sounds like it's possible that he's trying to get subsurface density data about objects so that he can create a more realistic. I say he, but I mean the team. That's the only reason I could think of as to why they would need like ultrasound specifically, is because they want to get density data.
I still think it's some kind of a haptics thing for their
haptic thing?
yeah.
Are we running out of users? Is Midjourney running out of users? They have to tap in the fetuses now to get them to.
I think like Occam's razor would suggest that. I mean, another alternative possibility is that David just has a bunch of money now and he's found himself in charge of this massive company and he wants to do something good for the world. So he wants to get into like a side project being like a charitable branch that does medical imaging.
How about lowering the price?
That's probably the most likely.
That would do a lot. Yeah, that's another good option. and
Yeah.
and allow picture generations to be hidden from the get-go.
There's a lot that you could do with
a lot of money.
there's a lot you can do with AI and medical imaging, like scanning for cancer cells or looking for tumors and growths or aberrations or in infection. I don't know if Midjourney's models would be specifically equipped to handle that or whether they'd be like the best models to handle that kind of stuff. But it's possible that he just wants to get into medical imaging because like it would be good for the world. But Clarinet is oddly silent.
That's because you guys are carrying it, man.
Yeah. Collect, what were you saying about something to do with haptic?
Like, in my mind, it doesn't make sense to use ultrasound for any sort of 3D processing.
I feel like this is really important
you
though,
have,
and Clarinet wouldn't bring it up unless it was pretty important.
Okay. Did you not hear Collect talking?
What did Collect say? Sorry, no, I didn't.
It's okay. Madison, you might want to leave the call and come back because you're accidentally speaking over Collect,
Sorry
which
about
means that it doesn't have you two
Discord,
connected.
Discord.
He'll come right back. Okay, let me unmute Madison again. Go ahead, Collect, try again.
What was I saying?
Okay, sorry.
Haptics.
Oh, I think it's haptics because the 3D stuff doesn't make sense to me when LiDAR exists. Basically, that's the short of it.
Okay, so
what is haptics?
All I know of haptics being the feedback that you get when you type.
Haptics is like physical feedback from a device.
That's a crazy idea.
So it would be some sort of ultrasound producing feedback that. See, I know I've had ultrasound used for identifying cancer cells or tumors or not cancer cells, tumors or abnormalities, but they also use ultrasound wave production in healing. That there's a loose association of the ultrasound waves providing stimulation to facilitate healing and deep tissue.
Yeah, ultrasound is something that you can, if you apply it to your body, you can feel it. That's why I'm thinking haptics.
It's a cool idea, actually. I could see that. I was really into VR during the pandemic. So I'm familiar with like the first generation haptic feedback gloves and things like that. You know, that could be what Dave and team are talking about when they say that they want to take Midjourney into the realm of hardware. It could be looking at some kind of mixed reality, haptic feedback, VR, virtual world setup, because I know that's kind of always been his dream, is to take it from still images to video to 3D models to full world simulations. So that's possible.
I'm thinking holodeck.
There's also a possibility that Midjourney doesn't even care about the ultrasound part at all, and there's something in the code base that they liked. Because the deal wasn't just for the chips; it was for the software as well,
or for the developers. Honestly,
who doesn't like to mess with fetuses? Or is it feti? I don't. What's the plural for that?
Eris, this doesn't relate to prompt crafting at all.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Well, Midjourney may be moving away from prompt crafting, is what it's telling us. That the Midjourney, that the prompt and image, prompt get an image. This model that we have is not Midjourney's main quest. That we're deep.
Really?
We're deep in Midjourney's side quest, and the main quest of Midjourney is something else that hasn't even been released yet. Bye, Loki. It was great to see you.
Listen, if it's something else that hasn't even been released yet, okay, but all the users, all the paying users for Midjourney are paying for the Midjourney they can see, not for the Midjourney they can't see. Yeah. So
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's entirely true.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
It's
He
actually,
said maybe that's not entirely true. Maybe it's not entirely true. Maybe there are people who are invested because it is a lab. But and
yeah,
who's to say that this product would
Fine.
go away? It wouldn't. They probably maintain both.
I'm around for the lab, or I'm around for the ride. Honestly, they've done a pretty good job of maintaining support for older models, so I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
but one of my pain points, I guess, with Midjourney is that there are certain things that David's just not interested in. I remember,
Yeah.
I distinctly remember on office hours, David said almost verbatim, "I couldn't care less if somebody wanted to make money off of Midjourney." I'm like, what? What? Like, but there's a this is a great product, and there's so much you could do with it, and you don't care that like people want to do. And it's like it's more the imagination, it's the research, it's the exploration into unknown technologies that he's more interested in, and
Yeah.
it's kind of cool to be a part of, right? I also want to really make I want to make really cool stories.
Oh gosh, Leagues, you cut out.
Taken for me and my friends, but at the same time, I'm also really invested in the kind of exploration project that he's on. So that's cool too.
Yeah, you know what, I've seen this pattern play out before a little bit with other, like, again, going back to VR. I think Meta is a very clear example of what happens when a company doesn't listen to its users and just kind of decides to do what its executives think is the best direction for the company. Meta had a winning product, right? Like the Oculus Quest was a winning product. It appealed to gamers. Sure, it wasn't a large market, but it was a dedicated market. People who were willing to spend thousands of dollars on VR technology. Um, and they scoffed at that, and they decided that they were going to focus on mass market. They were going to try to compete with like PlayStation and compete with Xbox, the consoles. And they flopped, right? So it's a dangerous game. It can work, but when you disregard what it is that your users actually want, you're highly likely to just alienate those users. And then you had the whole research side of it, where John Carmack led Meta's AI lab, Meta Reality Labs. And they did some really, really cool research, really groundbreaking research, but it never went anywhere. Like it never wound up in any of their products because a lot of it was hypothetical and not really geared towards the realities of like what the consumer wanted or what they could realistically afford. So you get a lot of mismatches when you're working with
A lot
tech
of that
like
has
this.
to do with shareholder demands as well, which
Yeah.
Midjourney is mostly insulated from. So David has a vision and whatever. I don't know if I'm on board with it or not. I'm here as a guide for the products that we have, right?
Yeah.
He can pay me to get on board if you'd like. If he's listening, I'm more than happy to be a spokesperson if you'd like. But I'm a guide for what we've got, and but it's we don't have the shareholder influence saying, oh, we want this was great, a great product. All right, let's go and compete with PlayStation, right? You don't have
Yeah.
that kind of demand. David has the models have been slower to be produced, and that's been pretty negatively viewed by the user base. But I feel like there's a bit of insulation or he's I don't know, Clarinet, help me with the right word here. He's better protected, or he can kind of move at his own pace in a safer way, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's not constrained. And
I think he's still beholden. Like he's
Biggs,
still.
I'm on mute. I'm sorry. Let's stuck on mute.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was trying to help Biggs with his word choice when he got lost, but I helped him on mute, and I just wanted just apologize for that.
Just to respond to Biggs, I think it's true that it's not a publicly traded company, right? So he's not beholden to shareholders. He doesn't even as far as I understand it, there aren't even really private shareholders. It's just David. So in that sense, he has more flexibility to move around, but he's still beholden to his user base in the sense where people are paying monthly subscriptions for this. There are alternatives, right, that are quite good at the things that Midjourney is not good at for the time being.
Yep.
And they're getting better every day. Like Nano Banana Pro. I don't know if any of you looked at it. I'm not showing competitors' products, but it's quite good. Granted, the interface is garbage. Even the Google AI Lab version of it, which gives you a lot more flexibility, is still not like it's not even comparable to Midjourney. I think we have more flexibility for non-technical, non-developer types than any other tool. And I don't see that changing anytime soon because honestly, with the V8 and then further developments afterwards, we're probably only going to see an expansion of the amount of options that are available to people. Sure, things will get deprecated, things will change, but I think I'm on it for the long ride. No matter where kind of David takes the company and the team takes the company, I kind of want to see where they wind up, But yeah,
I'm having a hard time following you. I don't know. Maybe it's my maybe it's
Well,
just
let me bring it back. Let me bring it back, Ari. First of all, if you've joined late, this is Promptcraft Live, the advanced users advanced user community. So we tend to talk about esoteric things, and we don't spend a lot of time sort of explaining basic Midjourney stuff unless someone stops us to do so, and then we are happy to do that. One of the things we're doing for entertainment purposes only is speculating about Midjourney's partnership with Butterfly Networks that makes this ultrasound software and hardware. And it is entertaining for us to try to guess what Midjourney might be doing with that based on what we heard in office hours, what some of us have followed over the years of being involved with Midjourney. And it's very satisfying for us to try to think through what Midjourney might be doing. In support of that speculation, I have pasted into your local chat portions of a ChatGPT analysis, a deep research pro analysis of Midjourney's possible use cases for such a thing. I've put it in your Discord chat if you are entertained by reading wild speculations. What Madison was going on about was as we speculated about this, we started to wonder, wait a minute, I brought this up, Ari. I said, hold up. Does that mean, is it possible that, Ari, that the Midjourney that you and I use and talk about is not the main quest of Midjourney Labs, that Midjourney, the text prompt part, is just a component of a larger vision? And Madison was saying, well, if so, he's all for it. He's there to see whatever happens. He's not going to demand, he doesn't feel like he'd demand, shake his fist and try to get his money back if Midjourney spins off some other quest, because Midjourney is an academic lab, and we're here for all of it, not just this one product, which is essentially not really a product. It's just what Midjourney is not a product in the typical sense. It's a lab. It's a tool that this research lab created that they happen to open up to the public.
It can't not be a product if they're charging money for it.
No, it can.
How can I be selling something if it's not a product for sale?
You bought the membership.
You
You
can
bought
think
the
of it.
access.
Membership, product, physical or not, it's the same, isn't it? Subscription.
No.
I paid for a
No.
whole year, so it must
We
be a
wish it were the
product
same.
or service.
We wish it were
Only
the
in-
same. You paid
only in
for
a
a year of
technical sense.
access.
No, he's right in a technical sense, but not in an investment sense.
Right.
Well,
So
what they do with the
you're
money,
paying for the you're paying for the use of a product. The product was produced. The product is just the results of whatever this research lab has created. But it doesn't mean that what you're not buying into is the investment in this product being this product and being supported indefinitely. The research lab is continuing on into other projects, and some of those projects will support version 7 of Midjourney's model, or some of them will go towards version 8 of this model. But you're right in the sense that you're buying a product, and if all of a sudden they continue taking your money and you could no longer use the product, there'd be repercussions there, right? That would make sense in terms of a purchasing of a product. But what we're not doing is we're investing time and resources not into making this a product and a usable product and this is the best thing that can be used, but they're investing in the research and development of some future project. We have access to right now the results of past research, not the continued investment of a company.
I understand, and I would
I think
suggest
you're
that,
both. I'm saying you're both right in that
yeah,
sense.
I don't think we should get stuck into schematics. I mean, what is what? I mean, but at the end of the day, I'm using a service. Yeah, whether they use the money to fund exploring the next version or go on a holiday or whatever, that's up to them.
Yeah. And
Semantics.
I think it's important though that the company that you're paying a subscription to use their products, their mission is to be a research lab, and your investment is in part in that research.
Okay.
So, Ari,
Yes.
did
Yes,
you
ma'am.
did you have to have any prompting questions that we're ignoring in favor of all this navel gazing?
Not really. I got over
Okay.
it. I got over it.
Oh, crap. So you walked in with what? My chair just drifted away from the table.
I was smitten with the possibility of fetuses creating images from their mother's womb, so we can we can see what they're dreaming
Aren't we
about.
all?
And you hit the content ban filter? Is that what happened?
Oh my God.
I'd imagine Midjourney is probably not cool with you generating images of fetuses being born.
I could only yeah.
Not
I'm not 100% sure about that.
So,
yeah.
RS, you did get over the problem that you had to solve? I think that is yes.
But that's a good question. Why are ultrasounds in black and white?
That is a good question.
Because ultrasound is not capturing any light data.
Yeah, exactly. It captures bouncing off
depth. It makes depth maps.
Actually, there are some there were
like
some
density.
ultrasound apparatus where it could actually color segments of the ultrasound image into
That's still
reddish.
post-processing. Ultrasound itself is not doing that.
No, of course not. But it was computer generated. Let's say it was like an overlay, and doctors could see something that the normal ultrasound wouldn't show. But don't ask me what now. It's been years. I don't remember it.
Clarinet, if you say depth maps, I think you're thinking of sonar, not ultrasound. Ultrasound doesn't really give you the like distance information like sonar does. Ultrasound gives you more the density information.
You
Yeah.
can
Density information.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
But doesn't the image itself, isn't the image itself in the end depth mapish?
Not really. It's
No.
it's
Okay.
more of density mapish.
It's have you ever
No,
used a
it's-
resin
Jesus.
printer? Have you
It's
ever
so
used a resin
confusing
printer,
trying to
Clarinet?
get.
Have
I
you ever
can't hear. There's too many people talking at once.
Oh, sorry, I might need to disconnect again. I can't hear anybody talking.
It's Legal Beagle is coming through his probably a phone or something, and so he cuts out a lot. It's not your fault. Legal Beagle, try us again.
Yep.
Bring your mouth close to the microphone. Oh, he lost the call entirely.
Me? No, I'm here.
And he's back.
Hmm.
I was
Beeps.
just saying it's confusing when if you try to watching an ultrasound, like a really good ultrasound tech will make a fetal ultrasound look like it's sonar, but it's super confusing when you're trying to figure out, wait, that thing's not actually closer or further away, but that thing's more dense than the other thing, and but it's further away than that thing that's the same density. Like it's confusing until they take the still image. Watching them work is really confusing. Am I dead again?
True story. No,
Oh, no, okay.
no, just no one responded, so I'm responding.
Please.
Thank you. That's the worst.
Uh,
Dead air.
yeah, there's a
Dead
lot
air.
of awkward silences.
Yeah.
We're good at awkward silences here at Promptcraft Live because we're all trying to respect each other's response time, and then nobody responds. So it's not a depth map, is what I hear. It's a that's more a depth would be more like sonar, which it literally would be. I thought that when you get a 3D image, what you're seeing is something like depth, but it absolutely isn't. The brightest areas are the most dense, not the highest or lowest or any other 3D information. Just dense, which is why Madison's picture is so clarifying, because you can see the bone, the most dense part is the brightest. And that helps you clarify what's going on there, which connects us back to the original question, which is, what is Midjourney doing with information like this? And I don't think it's trying to use information like this. I think it's trying to use the hardware and software. It's going to repurpose it to do something else. So that's my theory. But why are there shadows? I don't know if they're shadows. They might be pressure points where the tissue is being compressed or not compressed. The illusion of shadows, yeah. Beeks, go ahead.
Is just what would Midjourney be using ultrasound producing chips, not processing, but the production of the ultrasound? What?
No, but the deal was for the software stack as well, so they bought the ability to process it as well.
Okay. I think then in that case, I think it's about 3D mapping and density mapping. You can use LiDAR, yeah. You can use ultrasound too. What if you combine the two technologies when you're trying to map products and things?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Can
Mhm.
Midjourney create ultrasound images?
No.
Why not? Hasn't it been trained on ultrasound images?
Oh, I mean, it will make something that looks like an ultrasound image.
Yeah.
Vaguely. Yeah, you could mistake. So yeah, it'll use the style of ultrasound. I don't see why not.
Yeah, like instead of babies, we put something else with 4 legs and I don't know, a watermelon.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's try it.
I didn't want
An
to derail the
ultrasound of
conversation you
you.
guys had before. I mean, it's totally fine with me talking about the future of MJ. Shouldn't it be black and white? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. There's an ultrasound of a video arcade machine.
I don't see the walls of whatever it's containing
Well, an
machine.
ultrasound doesn't have to be
Contain.
inside of a
No.
womb.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's an ultrasound.
Maybe it's a very spacious womb.
By default, it needs to be inside someone.
Or
So
it's just an accent, and
figure
so
it
it's
out.
a room with a door.
Ultrasound is used for a lot of stuff, not just baby imaging.
Let's
Or
stick with
fetus
babies
imaging.
now, okay? Don't mess this up. Babies.
Exactly, TR. Okay, so I will steer us now away from the speculation of what Midjourney is doing with that very cool purchase. But I wasn't sure if you guys had heard that news, and it's kind of fun to think about what's going on with that stuff, especially with the promise of some sort of new tech going on. I love how Midjourney doesn't have to do any advertising, because anytime anything happens, anytime it does anything public, the media goes bananas reporting it because Midjourney's so secretive. So he just gets all of this press. Right. So we have another 20 minutes before we return to our turkey and stuffing, for those of you who do have Thanksgiving celebrations. I was wondering if you guys wanted to help me pilot a game in the last few minutes here.
That's good to me.
To do what?
A game? Try a game?
Try a game. Like from Steam?
Yes.
Like a
No,
game?
no. I've made a game. I've
Do
made a
it.
game,
Okay.
and I thought we could try it.
Is it on Steam?
No, it's
No.
right here
Oh, okay.
on my.
I think
Okay.
There.
one final comment about the whole development and iteration thing.
Mhm, mhm.
So when I was really deep into VR, I got into the supply chain side of things, and I remember learning that work that R&D labs are doing is usually like 5 to 10 years ahead of the commercial products that are available on the market. So I'm sure that the stuff I don't know what the timelines are like for software companies or for AI companies, but I'd imagine that the stuff that they're thinking about now probably takes like 5 years to wind up in like a commercial product. Maybe the timelines are much shorter, but like it takes time and energy and money to train a model. So there's no telling what's going on at the on the R&D side of things, right? And we're getting a very incomplete image of kind of what Midjourney is or what it could be, or like it's like an iceberg. We just see the little tippy top of it.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Okay, that's my last
Yeah.
2
Yeah,
cents.
yeah.
Let's play a game.
All right. So this game looks really spooky, Midjourney Truth or Dare. Like, oh my God, what's going to happen? But it's Midjourney Truth or Dare, meaning you will only ever be asked about Midjourney things, and you'll only ever be dared to do Midjourney things.
Yeah.
So it's completely innocuous. And I think Johnny's played it once already. Let me unmute Johnny. Some of you might have played because we have experimented with it in another event. But if you are willing to be a guinea pig for this game, please let me know and I will enter your game into the session.
Is it like truth or prompt or something?
It's basically. Are you guys willing to play?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Legal Beagle. Madison, Ari,
Not playing.
Twisted Reality. Who else? Johnny? Himbo?
Yeah, I'm in.
Collect? Johnny. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna begin the session. If somebody else wants to join, I can add you. I can make you a new arrival. So if your name isn't here and you see it and you want to play, we can do it.
Can I ask
Okay,
something?
Madison.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Yes, ask.
It's something irrelevant though. Is that okay?
I love irrelevant.
Real
We're
quick.
chaotic here.
Real quick. If I'm on relax mode, can I generate videos on relax mode?
You don't know. I think so.
Or does it take for my fast hours? or whatever?
You have to have the pro plan to have access to relaxed video generation.
I have pro plan like
And
for
you can
relaxing.
Then you can use relax for video.
Okay, thank you. That was it.
You're so welcome. I'm like, you're welcome. My friends have answered you. Friends? I had to call my lifeline.
So now I can flood the internet with animations.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You need to win the internet, Ari.
Video relax time is, as I've heard, not really
Cautious.
usable.
Yeah, but
You're not gonna be.
I can take a nap and wake up in the morning and find them ready to be downloaded. Let's play a game.
Okay. Madison, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Everyone can answer this question. Madison, what was the first piece of art you ever created that made you think I might actually be good at this? And remember, everyone can answer.
In Midjourney or in general?
In general.
Do I have to write it or?
No, just tell me out loud. And if I accept your answer, you get a point.
I made this charcoal drawing of a gazelle and I hung it up on my wall, and every time anybody came over they'd say like, wow, that's a really cool gazelle. That was I was 10.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
At 10 years old, people complimenting your art just builds you up so much.
It's pretty common too though. It could have been awful,
That's
and people still would have been like, wow, look at that. But yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's important.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want to answer this question? If you answer the question, you get a point.
I can answer.
Okay, tell me your answer.
Many years ago, yeah, like 6. My wife had some paint laying laying around somewhere, so I got them out of their box, and I had some canvas paper. So I painted a tree on a hill with a dark sky behind it, and then I said to myself, I could really become good at this, yeah. So I'm a painter now. So I kind of evolved this over the time, of course, watching YouTube videos, going to classes and stuff. So I'm a
How many hours a day did you paint as someone who is learning to paint versus how many hours a day do you paint as someone who paints?
Well, as someone who I can't remember his name now said, paint is easy when you don't know how to paint and very difficult when you do. So,
I've heard this.
Yeah, I think it was Degas or something. So when I'm preparing for an exhibition, I could be painting even 5 hours a day. But when I'm on a relaxed mode, like these days, I paint very little. Because I'm planning and I'm gathering images for ideas for the exhibition that's coming in a few months. But when I know what I need to do and what I'm going to do, then have to work a lot. So yeah. How was it?
Okay, that makes sense. That follows my experiences when I'm learning how to do a craft. I do it obsessively, and once I figure out how to do it, I'm like, yeah, I don't do it anymore. It's like I won that level or something, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a symptom of neurodivergence.
neurodivergence that I have. First, I thought you said nerd divergence, and I'm like, yes, also true.
That's a very big
This is
thing you
Ari.
got there. Yeah.
Ari
Scroll down.
compass.
Scroll down.
Oh, I'm scrolling down. Look at all these Midjourney images.
Well, they're not
Wow.
Midjourney. They are oil paint now.
No
They
way.
are oil paint now. Yeah,
paint,
this is
yeah.
what Ari does. That's why we put up with him,
Ari.
man.
How big are these?
80 by 60. I mean centimeters. I usually paint big.
They're big.
How much do they cost?
Well, $1,000 each.
Where are you based?
I'm based in Denmark.
Ah, damn it. Okay, no, that's not gonna work.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh,
Do you ship?
I ship if I had to.
Shipping fee is going to be as much as the painting.
I ship
Do you
all over.
travel?
I ship
It would
all
be
over
cheaper
the
to
place.
fly him over here. Fly, what you got to do, Madison, is fly Ari to
Denmark.
you and then let him paint something and then fly him back. And that would be cheaper than shipping.
No, I don't think so. Actually, you can remove the canvas from the wooden support and then fold it and ship it in a.
I'm gonna think about it though.
little
Those are
cylinder.
cool. I'm gonna think about
And
it.
then it's your responsibility to actually mount it on a support.
Do you start off
Mm.
with Midjourney generations and then do you
Not
project
really.
it onto
No,
a canvas or
Midjourney came into the picture much later.
just later?
Because when I started painting, there was no Midjourney. There was nothing.
Yeah, these are cool.
Midjourney helps me with generating the idea where I want to go. Then the rest is just hard work, basically. You have to actually know how to paint
Yeah.
and mix and everything. Yeah.
I hate that you have to know how to do things.
Oh
It
yeah.
makes doing things so hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, such a drag that I have to learn how to do it before I do it. But you're so right. I love
Your
these
stuff has a
so
really cool
much.
quality to it.
Magritte and Ari together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of Alex Colville. Oh, why?
I don't know this name.
I don't know him.
This is my favorite.
Yeah, that's my favorite too. It's actually on my business card. This one.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah.
I'm so unsurprised that we have the same favorite.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much about isolation and anonymity and
connection through
All sorts of
technology,
it.
but disconnection,
yeah.
physical disconnection.
Beautiful. I hope they all sell.
Thank you.
Madison, too
I'll
long
read
didn't
that.
read
It's
from
okay.
earlier.
Vetriano,
Are you sure?
You don't have to read that. It's okay.
Interesting. Vetriano, yeah, interesting. But you could say that before a couple of them.
This is
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
post some
this
Alex
game
Colville.
It's totally
game is-
derailed. Sorry. Yeah.
No, it's not derailed. That's what this game is for. Oh yeah, it's the isolated subject with the ultra simplified architecture.
Yeah, what's really eerie about Alex Colville paintings is he painted these in the 1940s, yet they look exactly like PlayStation games.
They look like PlayStation games.
PlayStation
Yeah.
1.
Yeah. It's really his stuff is odd.
Oh, that gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
I troll for you. Do you want me to add you to the game so that you can get points? Troll. Mr. Troll. What about Anne-Marie? I won't decline anything. Control. Anne-Marie. Okay. So, Madison, did you answer? You did. You're Gazelle. I don't think anyone else did. So, answer accepted. Everyone has their points. The leader is Madison. Twisted Reality, are you ready? Twisted Reality, how do you typically break through a creative block, and what is your least conventional trick? Or you could take the dare, and the dares are silly. The dares are like little prompty things or something. Anyone can answer the question for a point. If you answer the question, I will click your name and you will get a point. I'm not playing, but I break through creative blocks by talking to people.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is I usually fix a creative block by helping somebody work through theirs.
Oh, interesting.
So I have a creative block. There's no way I'm getting any work done on anything for me. So let me go help somebody work on something for them, and then usually by the time I've helped them through the problem, it'll I'll either go help somebody else or it'll have shaken things loose for me.
Anyone else want to contribute? That's a great answer. Other people is the root of my thing. Hemo answered, Legal Beagle answered, Collect answers.
I can answer this question very, very shortly.
Okay.
How do you typically break through a creative block? And the answer is with great difficulty. That's
Shut up, Bobby. The GDI. God damn it. Two strategies. Explain the problem to someone. Yep. Walk them through my decision making, the problems I'm writing. Yeah, me too. Go to sleep at 8 p.m., wake up at 4 a.m. Oh, shit. That's interesting. Really, really early waking. I have heard that is a great way to nurture your
hardly.
It's a last
productivity.
resort. It's a last resort.
Okay.
It messes up my sleep cycle for a week there. Like,
Subconscious to solve some coding problems. Yeah. Okay. I'm just looking. Is there anyone else relating to try twist reality? Relating to photography, I'll use one lens with the fixed focal length on my camera. Oh, that's interesting. The creative act. Troll, maybe you can find us a link for that. All right, answer accepted. Collect. Are you ready? Describe the worst instance where you had to drastically compromise your artistic vision to please a paying. Well, no one's taken the dare. We don't know.
I'm not sending.
Okay, the dare.
I'm not sending any selfies. So, you know.
Oh, this is very easy. For the next 10 minutes, mute and respond only with emojis. I'll start the timer.
Is that for me?
No, it's for collect. It's collect's dare. It collects like this is how I am most of the time. So now we all have to interact with collect to force him to come up with ways to. Let's see. What kind of questions can you only answer with an emoji?
All of them.
Explain your religious beliefs. via emoji.
Explain your explain your religious belief, Collect. Explain, what do you think about capitalism? Oh, you're welcome, Madison. See you later. Brilliant.
What is he supposed to explain? His religious beliefs?
That's his reaction to capitalism. Yeah, that's a good one, Troll for You. Oh, Troll for You gets a point for also doing it. Okay, Ari, your question is, what is the lowest price you've ever accepted for a piece you've poured your soul into? And how long did that financial validation or lack thereof affect your creative drive? And remember, anyone can answer for a point.
Well, as a artist that respects himself, me, I don't do discounts, but I will do a discount. I mean, if people ask me a discount, I wouldn't give it, and then no one has ever asked for a discount. But I have given discounts myself voluntarily, because when in the case where a friend or someone I know ask for a piece and they're willing to pay full price, I still give them a discount if I know them very well. Otherwise, I wouldn't. So I don't know if this answers your question.
Yeah, I think it does.
I do.
No, you know what? Wait, I don't accept your answer. You're going to have to take a dare.
Really?
Here we go.
Carry on.
Yes. For the next 10 minutes, mute and respond only in all caps. Okay, you're going to have to type. Ari, can you type? Okay. Collect, answer with an emoji. Have you ever met Ari? Ari, have you ever met Collect? You guys are at least on the same side of the pond as each other.
The
But
lowest
otherwise,
price, does that include free? Because I'm pretty
yes,
sure
I guess so.
I'm pretty sure I've never made any money off of my art. All of my art have been gifts.
Oh, I've made money off my art because I sold it on Poshmark. But I didn't make money. I broke even, more like. How's that?
My
Because
most expensive art piece was used for my kids, so I lost money off of that one.
no, you gained the love of your children or something. Ari, do you have kids? Collect, do you have kids? I'm just asking them questions so they have to answer inside their dare.
Yeah.
Collect, call Legal Beagle by his full name. Okay, Beags, it's your... Oh, how can he do that in emojis, you're saying? You can't dox someone in emojis.
Well, there are lettered emojis. So it would just be difficult.
He has no kids.
Wait, what?
I got that. But I don't know why Legal Beagle is a water gun to the head. Gun to the head. Beags, your question is, if you could only use one physical art supply for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? There we go, Legal Beagle.
Does that include the tools?
Yes, of course. Your art is woodworking, so, you know, maybe you'd say the circular saw, or I don't know. What would you say?
Like one physical art supply. I don't understand the question. So I would use hand tools. I would use plane and saws and chisels and things, hand tools. But I didn't know if you meant like a medium or because it would probably be wood. Yeah. Yeah, we moved into the house officially on Tuesday, so I'm excited to actually get the shop set up again and make something. Barry says oil paint. Lex is running out of time. See you later. Perfect sign off. Collect, if you're talking, I cannot hear you. Or, yeah, not collect. Clarinet, if you're talking, I cannot hear you. My headset died. Yep. Himbo, you would use a hammer. Actually, now that I think about it, it would probably be a hatchet. Would be the, I could only use one tool. It would probably be a hatchet. And a hatchet that I would make myself that because it could then double as a knife and a hammer. So, anybody else have an answer for this question? You could use only one physical art supply for the rest of your life. What would it be and why?
For me, it'd be like #2 pencil, because that's what I've done most of my drawing with.
Yeah.
Growing up, yeah.
Physical, yeah, you can do all the digital art you want, Troll. What physical art would you? So I'm going to host the. We have officially gone over 5 minutes past the end of Promptcraft Live. So if you are still here, glad you're here, and going over because the game is entertaining. If I answered the question multiple times, so my name should be clicked. Oh, thank you. Fine. I see how it is. I don't get points. Himbo, you would use coffins as your medium for the rest of your life? Himbo's ready. Have you ever considered or actually created a piece of art that you knew was morally questionable or harmful because you thought it would be artistically profound or provoke a major reaction? Hmm. Not because I thought it would be a major reaction. Uh, oh, wow. Himbo says some of my colleagues in college got me reprimanded. Anyone else would like to share? Hi, Amaris. You guys can stop with the thing.
I think this all caps messaging kind of grew in me. I kind of liked it.
Oh no, you've created a monster.
Yeah. But I think the chat was kind of delaying messages because it kind of didn't like me typing all caps.
Yeah, it doesn't really like yelling.
Yeah, well.
All right, Clarinet, I think it is now 10 after. Has somebody who wants to go has not been able to go yet?
I think I'm gonna bounce. Guys, thanks a lot for today. It's been lovely, and as in all things,
Have a great time.
we will meet again.
Have for all those in the US, have a happy Thanksgiving. And for all of those not in the US, thank you for making